much do you think it costs to have like, ask Guns N' Roses to be like, I want to use like Welcome to the Jungle for like my intro music?
How much do I think that costs?
Wouldn't that just be fun? Like, just get you in the mood.
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
when I'm like getting ready to go out, like I'll play that like on my get ready, list. You have like your get ready list, like when you're like, in the shower and like, you're going out and you have like, no one has like the get ready like music list, like when like
where am I going? That's my question.
Paint the town red. I don't know.
Paint the town red.
I would have to leave the house to get ready to go somewhere. I get ready to stay. There you go. Hello,
So,
how are you?
How is everybody?
Good, making it through the week.
It was a nice warm 45 here today, so it felt like a summer day.
Yes.
We laid out for a little bit, try to get some color, and that was pretty much our day. Just at the beach, 45.
Were you really at the beach?
No,
Oh,
but
sad face.
It's right there. I can see it. And what else is going on?
We had 116,000 live viewers for the trial today.
That's insane. You wonder like why people even bother like commenting, like if by the time you put like wow the W, it's like it's gone.
They get mad at me and I type it all day. I can't up it anymore. It's already up. It won't do any good anymore. Just
and people actually even have conversations in the chat, or like if it were me and I'm seeing just the chat go like a scroll, much like now, guys, calm down.
No,
I wouldn't even bother.
You can't conversate.
No, and then don't you have like you can only comment so many times per minute or something, or is it once every 3 minutes, or is that not like that?
I have it set to 1 minute. I'm trying not to up it any more than that because that's annoying to people who like. But a lot of it, it's trollish behavior that like to spam the crud out of it.
How do you even spam it? Like, I couldn't even see like being a troll and be like, I'm gonna get them. Like,
they'll drop poop emojis all the time.
Oh yeah. We get a lot of that.
Like, that's dedication,
especially since the defense's last name is Harpootlian. That doesn't help a bit. So it's poop.
Yeah, and he's the absolute hardest working moderator in like the world. I don't know how you do it.
I actually I'm a producer now, so I don't get to. I don't get to call myself a moderator anymore. They're like, aren't you just a no, I'm a producer.
And if you don't know who Addie is, she is a producer for the Law and Crime Network, which she started a long time ago, like a co-founder. So she's a big shot here in the YouTube streets, and we're lucky to have her.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay!
And we love Maria, who's also a co-founder of the Nobody Asks YouTube show, which is amazing, and they just talk about things that nobody wants to hear. So
exactly, we want to talk about it. That's what we want to talk about.
Links to her channel will be in the description.
Yes, please.
We had no show this week. It would have been today because Colin had jury duty.
I thought you were on Wednesdays.
We moved to Tuesdays because of family obligations.
Now on Tuesdays.
Yep.
At usually 5 o'clock, right?
It is. It's 5 o'clock.
Okay. They've got the time right. So they got that going for me. All right. Let me say hi to everybody. If you want to join, please do subscribe. Don't. And also don't forget on Thursday, it's very important. Well, we have Housewives tomorrow night. And then we have on Thursday, Sister Wives, which we have our little haiku contest. Mm-hmm. I hope you guys come up with some zingers because $50 to the winner of haiku, and it's got to be a Sister Wives haiku 575. See you on Thursday for that one. Wow, look at me with the commercial like right now.
Nice,
right?
That's hot.
Right there you go, Michelle. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Ruth Ann. I'm gonna screw up the roll call. Donnell, Barbie. Wait, can I play music? I want right.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it under brand?
Brand.
I think it's just like some like roll call music. What is this? No, this is like I'm at the in an elevator in like an IKEA and like in actual Sweden, like that's or Iceland. That's what that sounds like.
In Iceland.
Like it's like
Why Iceland?
Who's the singer from Iceland? Like the weird one.
Bjork?
Bjork. Like something like music like Bjork listens to, like like this. This is like Bjork music. More Icelandic, like Icelandic, like disco music. Yeah, are we into the Bjork?
I'm here for it. I think that's a good roll call music today.
All right, let's start from the top then.
Uh-oh. We're not getting through this now.
Not even the roll call yet. So
No.
great. Michelle of my Rex, hello, welcome. Don't forget to tip your bartenders and your cocktail waitresses. Ellie, hello. Ruth Ann, hello. Barbie, hello. Donnell. Perfectly imperfect. How are you doing tonight, Barbie? Nice to see you. Elizabeth, 88. Good to see you. Brooklyn's World. Hello, Elizabeth. See you. Hi. Michelle of my Rex, hello again. Mel B, Jennifer. Positive Paula, nice to see you. Craftsman MTT. Hey, girl. Christina B, how you doing? When they age, hello. Wicked Wisdom,
Jennifer.
Girl. We got a big J Jennifer going on here. Hello, and don't forget again to tip your bartenders. Gotta be me. It's nice seeing I gotta be me. Or you. Hello. Meezy, hi. Or Missy, that's great. Patricia with a C, hello. Bila. I mean, this music, I just think, Rita. Did I get everybody?
I think so.
Okay.
Thank you for watching my show, Wendy H.
I gotta shut it off now. Okay. Nope. Don't have to shut it off.
I'll shut it off.
Can you shut it off? That'd be great.
Check the pepper.
Unless you want to do the whole show with the background music, because we could do that. We could do that too.
Oh, shut it off, but I'm still dancing in my head. The whole show, we would not get through this at all with that playing.
Nope.
Sprockets. I feel like they're like an SNL Sprockets.
Oh yes.
Sprockets. What was that skit they did like with like the Swedish people? This is like my standing. It was like a chair. They think the weird furniture. Like Maya Rudolph was always in it, and they were like like Swedish and like super modern, and it wasn't like a chair. It was like my swinging triangle.
Nope, don't remember that one.
No, okay, sorry. We strike down on that one super hard. Sorry. Let's go back to the show. Nope, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Sorry. Oh my god.
Do I need to do this too? Okay. New intro. Let's go with that one.
That one on. He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside. That one on. And he's on the inside.
Okay, so where do we start? I think we should start with Nicole because, yeah, I want to.
Okay.
So it's our first time like meeting Nicole, right? Like, right? She hasn't been like on the show before.
She was on last week, but that's the only one she's been on. It was just not last week, the week before.
Okay. She's like a really like personally like French Barbie doll. Like every time like I see her like with the beret, I'm like, welcome my friend to Paris. Like, it's like I can't. Right? Like she's like a little, she's like a character.
She looks like she gets her clothes from the secondhand store and forgets to sell them and keeps them for herself.
And she kind of like walks like a Barbie doll. Like her movements are like.
She's very stiff. Yes. Yeah,
she is a little stiff.
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't just me.
No. She's very particular in everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And then like, can we just mention like how like a woman with that skin is gonna go to like Egypt? Like, how's that going to work out?
Well,
she hasn't enjoyed it in the past, so I don't know why she thinks this is going to be different.
Oh my God. All right. So here we go. So where is my first page with her? Okay. So my first 3 lines were super porcelain and a little creepy. She's in Idaho. Parents are helping her move. She's going to Egypt. And am I skipping ahead too far? Because I want to go to like the parents conversation.
I don't think she's in Idaho. I think she's in California, and her parents have come from Idaho to help her.
She's not from Idaho?
I mean, originally, yes, but she lives in, I think, the San Diego area, I think.
Oh.
Yes. Her parents came from Idaho to help her move. And
Okay. Okay. Then
take her to the airport and then take her car back home.
Yep. Because she's really moving. She's really emptied her apartment and is packing up. You know, this isn't just one of those fake moves like some of the other casts do. She's really moving.
No, it's good. So she has like to sit down with the parents, and I guess the parents didn't know that, you know, like, what if he asked you to convert? And she converted to being a Muslim, and, you know, the look on the mom's face, like she saw 10 ghosts.
It didn't really change much from the way it was prior to hearing it, but sorry.
This is a family full of people that don't wear their emotions right on their face.
No, they don't.
And, you know, she shows like how, like, the story of how they got married, and, you know, she was the Islamic way, and then she had to get married. Like, what was the second way? Like, where she had to, like, you know, crash like another person's wedding.
Yeah. So she went to the Justice Department first for, you know, like, and then they said that they wouldn't let them stay together. Her uncle or something wouldn't let them stay together unless they had an Islamic one. So yeah, they crashed another wedding where I guess an actual wedding.
Like, they were like in the middle of it, like, you know, they had like Madonna playing, like they were all on the dance floor, like there's like they were eating desserts, like there's like boxes in front of them, like I guess like they're like, what's it called, your favors, like waiting, and then here they are with the imam, you know, converting. And is it really just like one sentence? Like that's all it takes? Did that not strike it odd to anybody else? That's all it takes to convert?
I mean, clearly it's not all it takes, right?
Right.
But it's
to get married, you know, in whatever way they wanted to get married. I thought that was just like.
Well, I mean, I think when you're Islamic, or like, you don't have to be a Muslim to marry you don't have to marry another Muslim.
No, that's true. No, that's true. We've seen that time and time again. That doesn't always happen.
Yeah, and she said that was her choice. Yeah,
right. And she liked the religion, and she wanted her kids to be, you know, brought up that way. But still, like, it's odd.
Yeah, no, it is odd. And I think that's what she found out, right? She thought, okay, all I have to do is believe that there's one God, Allah, and that Muhammad is the prophet. That's all it takes. I'm in, you know. She's like,
well, congratulations, you're not Muslim because you just said it. So I don't know if you meant to do it, but and then she's like, and I have like a letter from, like, you know, she's like, no, like I like the certificate of authenticity right here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that the idea is that the husband would teach her the ways of Islam. Like it's part of the male's job to do that, and he doesn't really do a great job.
Well, it's kind of more than, I got the sense of it was that it was more than teaching the wife. It's more like demanding the wife be this way in a forceful but loving way.
That seems to be what he's doing.
How much older?
38.
And he's 24.
He's 30.
30. So what, 14 years? No.
And this was his first girlfriend too.
That was my next thing. Did I hear that right? Because
yes, I was like, those two guys that he was talking to were his brothers, which it took me a minute to figure that one out.
Right. Huge age gaps between him and his brothers, too.
And 12 and I have 7. To say, like, you know, he is like a little animated.
He is. Maybe that's why he's attracted to her, or why she's attracted to him.
I understand, like, you know, he's very like, like, you know.
Vogue? No.
That's what I got out of that too. He has an expressive face. I get it. I also have an expressive face. I understand.
Yes, I do. I'm the same way. I really am controlling myself right now because I'm the face one. But yes, he's absolutely the opposite of everything she is.
And then like coupled, like, you know, and like, listen, like, you know, some men are, you know, more animated than others. But like, then like, you know, coupled with the fact like this is his first go around with the girl, you know, and listen, I'm also gay, so that's, and if you didn't know, hi. But I don't know, I'm not saying he is, but he is animated.
Well, I kind of
the first time with the woman, and 24.
He's not 24. He's 30 though, but he would.
Oh.
They've been married for like 4 years.
Wait, that makes it even worse. He's 30.
Yeah.
You know, I keep saying 24. The other train wreck, the new girl with
Yes.
the grandma.
Yeah,
that one.
Oh,
That's
good
why
Lord.
he's 24. Yeah. So he's 30, and the first time with the girl. Oh, come on. I mean, do I? Where's the paint? Do I do right on the wall?
Well, to me, it's really about. He doesn't understand how a relationship works and that it's give and take. He thinks he can just tell her how things are and that she's just going to do them. You know, like she doesn't have a fully formed personality already at 38. So good luck. And I think that's kind of what his brother said, right? Like one of his brothers married somebody from China like 12 years ago. And he thought, well, you know how this works, right? Your marriage is great. He's like, well, the first 2 years of it were war, you know. And China has a completely different culture as well. It's definitely a struggle. And yeah, there has to be give and take. And if he's not even had girlfriends to experience what that's about, yeah, is it any surprise this relationship has been a struggle?
Yeah. And then, you know, she also goes into like, you know, she says, like, you know, I regret it now, or I almost regret doing it because I didn't learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the issues come up, like, you know, of her not wanting to wear the hijab and dress conservative ever, and it's never, ever going to never, ever happen. And then like the dietary stuff, like about, like, I guess, like not eating halal or whatever. And how long did she last after they got married? Like one day? Like, didn't she like book it the next day?
I think it was several months. I want to say, I don't know if I wrote that down. I think
it
was like 4 months. No, she did it for several months.
It seemed quick, whatever.
What I'm thinking.
It's not very long either, though.
So, yeah.
So he didn't think that she was actually going to come back. He was very surprised that she decided to come back this time.
Well, she said like, there are so many rules that every like second you're awake, it's about like being Muslim, you know.
Yeah.
And there are serious like, you know, things like even Catholics, like we have Lent. Are we in Lent right now?
Not yet.
Wednesdays. What is today? Tuesday.
So I'm in the clear.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow's. Oh, today's Fat. No.
It's Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday.
Okay, so Ash Wednesday didn't happen yet. Okay, now I feel better about it.
Tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow? Is Ash Wednesday?
It's tomorrow.
But look at this.
Fat Tuesday.
So today's Mardi Gras?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So tomorrow's Lent. Oh man, that's only Friday. see that reaction? Like it's only Fridays that we can't eat meat, and there's a lot of lot in Muslim, religion. There's a lot more you have to like give up. So I understood that. And she said that, like, in his list of priorities that, his religion's number one and then his family's number two. And so, she's never going to win when it comes to what he wants from her. She should know that, but I don't know what.
I don't think anybody ever fully knows, right? You think you can make it work. You think you can, you can do the things they ask of you, but then they keep asking for more and more and more. And then the things that they get upset about, right? Like, I don't know, maybe we aren't there yet, but when she gets to the airport and I don't know if you want to go there yet, but I mean,
we can.
she's wearing this little cute suit, right? She's covered from head to toe. I mean, she's basically got this gauzy, turtleneck on, right?
Well, on the way to the airport, she says like to the parents, "I don't want to go. I don't want to go. What am I doing?" And then like the mom and dad are trying real hard to like bring her home. Just turn the car around, honey. And so go back because I just wanted to throw that in.
No, yeah. Basically, you don't have to, right? You can always come back, which I always think is nice. When parents leave the door open for you, saying you don't have to do this. Whatever you need, if you need to come back, which is nice. But yeah, she hated it there. She knows she hated it there, but she loves him.
Addie.
all I know is that I have like things that pop in my head, and I just have to say this. Did you guys hear what the brothers call him? His two brothers call him?
What did they call him?
They call him the spoiled sweet. He's their spoiled sweetheart.
I did hear that. Yeah.
I'm like,
okay, so let's add this into like the list of reasons why he may be like more than animated. So we have like the mannerisms. He's 30, and the brothers call him the spoiled sweetheart. Sweetheart, not really a term of endearment for a man, but
it's a different culture. That might just be the way it translated. That
of course it is.
And he's much, much younger than the rest of them. So
I did not get a king cake. I was afraid for choking reasons that like I would and that would be the way I went out. And like that would be the way I died, to be honest with you. Something like that. Like I choked on a little mini Jesus while eating a king cake, and there lies John Yates, the idiot. And that'll be it. And then for the rest of my life, it'll be like, that fool that choked on the king cake. And then I'll probably be like, like the John Yates king cake like law will come into Congress, like banning all like foods with like little pieces of Jesus or whatever that could choke. So maybe I would exact change, and maybe hopefully no one would ever die choking on like something you put in food because it's cute. So okay, but like I don't want to choke to death either. So that's like not the way I want to go. Like, drowning, being on fire, choking. I think there's like no way, like a fun way to go, but in your sleep. So, but that won't happen for me either because we know my luck. So I don't know how it's gonna happen. But I don't want to choke on like a little baby Jesus in a king cake because it's a prize. I'd rather eat a Cracker Jack box, and get that little calendar at the bottom of it, whatever. Where are we?
I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know where we want to be. Where do we want to be? We got distracted with Mardi Gras.
I just have.
Oh wait.
Like.
Oh. Thank you, Wicked. Don't eat any king cake.
Or do. You're the master of your own destiny.
You'll find Jesus not that way. It's better. Just avoid the choking hazard. And I'll be alone. It'll be scary. And like in my head, I'll be like choking on like little baby Jesus in this king cake. And I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm choking on little baby Jesus king cake. And this is the way I'm going. Like I could already see like the headlines as I'm choking to death and dying. And those will be like the last horrible thoughts in my head, probably. Because like I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me with this? And sorry, where were we again?
So we can back up a little bit and go, because I think we were kind of at the point where she was saying that she had converted to Muslim and all that, and her reason for doing it was because she wants her kids to have the same faith as both the parents, and she thought that the Muslim religion was really beautiful, and then she did, however, refuse to wear the hijab. I just had to put that out there.
It was weird the way she said it. I'm like, yes, I've never heard it said that way. Am I wrong? Is she wrong? Is there more than one way to Yeah, is there more than one way to say it? I was definitely
So I had to say that, but yes. She hopes that she'll come around, or he hopes that she'll come around and be a proper Muslim woman.
Then he should have married a proper Muslim woman.
Exactly.
Why are you marrying an American woman who is clearly like a fashionista if you want a Muslim woman? I don't get it. I mean, as much as we give Americans a hard time for not knowing, what's going to happen when they go to another country and how they're not doing a good enough job assimilating. Why are these foreign men trying to force American women to be something that they're not? Is it a power play? Is it to prove to themselves that they can do it? I don't understand. It makes me crazy. Sorry, my rant is over.
No, it's fine. I just talked about like me choking on baby Jesus for like the whole like 10 minutes. So please.
She says that it's a big deal that Mahmoud, for him, that she doubts the religion for herself. She says she's willing to make sacrifices but can't change who she is to be with him, and hopes he understands that. So
he doesn't.
They won't. Because they've already said, the brother said, you've got to make her know where her role is, what her role is.
She knows that he's not, and he knows that she's not, and she doesn't even want to go there, but yeah.
But they love each other, and they're just going to give it one more. Listen, I applaud anybody who wants to give it one more go. And I think that her eyes are at least open this time. Like you can tell she knows this might be a hot mess. And it seems like it was as soon as she got off the airplane. But I applaud the effort. I just, at some point, you got to cut your losses and say this is.
No, I would have cut the losses like the first time I came back, and that would have been it for me. Like no 2 out of 3. Nope. Come on. Like, and she already knows it's gonna be awful. And like and like let's talk about like the interaction at the airport, because that must have been like the 500th reshoot. Did any of you believe like their reactions to each other, like when they were walking back and forth? Because like it progressed from like, he asked her to button the thing up. And if you notice in the confessionals, she was buttoned all the way up, but it was before the buttoning scene came up. I don't know. I thought like she was mad. I think they had this big old fight in that airport or something happened. And they had to reshoot that like probably 10, because it was, I don't know. That's how I saw it.
I mean, I believed her emotions were real, that she was really annoyed with him.
I think they were too real at the first 100 takes, and she had to dial it down.
She had a meltdown. I think she didn't like being told what to do, and she had a meltdown because she seemed different by the time the scene was done. Like, I felt the tension in her, and I know her first response was probably bad. So we're gonna recut that, cut that out. It's on the.
No, man. It seems like TLC would love to have footage of her having a complete meltdown. So
says, Mahmoud says, she's so sweet and so crazy. So think about what she's. You know what I mean? That's what he sees in her.
He said a lot of stuff, a lot of gaslighty stuff. It was annoying. Yeah. He says a nice thing and then follows it with a garbage thing. Like I
think it's better that some of her scenes not get shown, because if you've ever seen a person that I think like, okay, so we think he's one way. I think she's on the spectrum. I'm just gonna put it out there, and I think that she probably had a meltdown, and then it didn't go over well, and so they recut the scene because I kept looking. She kept saying the bottom of my chest was.
I don't think it was her chest. He was saying that her coat was
her lady.
Her chooch. No.
Her what?
Her chooch. He's basically saying, I can see where your chooch is at. I doubt she had a camel toe going on, but the fact that there was even the ability for somebody to even look meant her jacket was not long enough and she needed to button it up.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I thought she said. I didn't understand what.
Yeah, that's why she was mad.
What did she say? Her lady part. Wait, what did she say? I wrote it down.
She said the bottom. She was kind of vague the way she worded it.
That's why I thought she meant the. I was like, I kept looking at her chest, going, I don't see a thing.
No, she had it was a very flowy and covery, and then a jacket. But yeah, her pants were.
I think she thought that material was enough to cover the stuff she was. Because if you notice, she was up to here. And it was all flouncy all the way down. She didn't think about the nether regions. The coat not going long enough.
Yeah, he was like, button your coat so nobody can see your cooter. You can't. She's got pants on. It was terrible. I would have been so mad. This is not the way you meet somebody at the airport.
Yeah, and that's 5 minutes in, and then it just gets worse. And he keeps digging on her about how she left. And how, like, he's afraid she's going to leave again. And he must have brought that up, like, 40 goddamn times. To the point, and then she gets, like, so do you think I'm going to leave?
Maybe thinking?
I'm surprised she didn't just book it back, turn around in the airport, and just get right back on the plane. I'm
Seriously.
surprised she got back on the she got off the plane or on the plane to begin with. You know,
Well, she said he was worth it, and that he is why that she's exerted all this effort. My question is he exerting the same amount of effort, or is he just trying to get her to bend 100% to what he wants? I don't know.
I think that she signed up to be married to him and convert, right? So if she's gonna be there, that's what you do there, and it's never gonna work. Just like, she says, I'm never ever gonna wear it. He says, I'm never ever gonna be okay with it. So there you go. Why are you bothering?
Yeah, if he's going to be, I mean, obviously, there's people practice their religions all different ways. We see Muslims that don't use head coverings and they aren't quite as strict with all of these rules. And then we have some that are quite strict. And Mahmoud seems a bit strict. He really does.
I think he's being told to be that way.
You don't think he's really that way?
No, I think they're saying you have to be this way, and so he's trying to be that way.
Now I'm just thinking of what you just said. Maybe he's being super like that because he doesn't want to marry her, because he doesn't want to be with her, because he's animated.
Yes,
he's been married. He's already married to her. They've been married for like 4 years now.
So,
Nearly.
When I wrote down that I said Mahmoud has never had a girlfriend before Nicole. She is his first experience with females, because that's the way they said it in the thing. I think the brothers said this is his first experience with females. The way they said that, I didn't even dawn on me until I was talking with you guys. It didn't like register in my head that. I
mean, he also works in a fabric store for 12 years. I mean, like, listen, if just making a list of us gays, no. Fabric's up there. Just throwing it out there too.
But in Egypt, it's different. Fabrics are different.
Yeah, I mean, these are just all coincidences. We're at 5 coincidences now.
I feel like
I didn't even notice 2.
Any of them. 5, just 5 coincidences. But listen, culture, location, yes, all different factors. That's why I'm just saying it's animated. But 5 coincidences. And maybe he would be throwing every rule. Maybe when she left the first time, he was like, oh, and
but I think so. Yeah. But not for the reasons you're saying. I just think she's a lot of work.
First girl at 30. What's
I don't know if that's weird there. I don't know if that's weird there. I mean, we're looking at
it's weird anywhere.
Usman is 33. He's not married. Yeah, Usman.
I'm talking people who've had sex. This is his first time with a woman.
Right, but they don't normally have sex unless they're going to get married, right? So we know that Usman had it with Lisa. I don't know what he did before Lisa. I don't know. I would be presuming, but what's the truth? I don't know.
I don't know. It's cool. 5 minutes. We're good. All right, so where should we go next? You guys can pick it. Let's save Debbie, because I don't have the energy for her yet to last.
Well, can we just do get Jen and Rishi out of the way? Because I had almost
sure,
nothing.
Let's talk about Jen and Rishi. Oh, here I am. I'm Jen. Okay.
Tired. Her eyes make me tired. I don't know what it is about her eyes, but I always feel like when I watch it, I go, her eyes are making me tired.
They might not open all the way.
That's why I confused her with the one with the narcolepsy, because I thought it was her. I go, she looks tired. She looks like she's about to fall asleep now.
They do look alike a little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
They don't look alike, but I can see the confusion.
I tend to hone in on eyes. I have no idea why.
So, that's who I was thinking of. Jen. She's with Rishi. So, and again, last week we saw that Jen's friends set him up for the catfishing. Oh, send him some messages and see if he replies. That's a great idea. Yeah. And Jen, he reached out and said hi, where are you from? And whatever, he shouldn't have replied. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. You know, I really appreciate that so much. I listen to her, and it's very like melodious to me, and I just enjoy listening to her speak.
Melodious.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna give you 2 maracas on that one, and a bell. How about that? There, 2 bells for you because I'm Jen. There you go. Where are we?
We just started. I'm not sure where you were going.
I don't know.
I know that the scene starts off where she's still at home and she's got her mom's wedding dress from the 70s that she wants to use in the ceremony.
I'll narrate. And I'm like, she's like, oh my God, here I am with my mom's wedding dress. And, you know I can't use it there because, it's not the right way, but I'm just going to tear it up and, put it in my bag and take part of it and maybe work it into another way I could, use it on my wedding day to Rishi, the model. Okay.
Exactly.
There you go.
I hope she's at least tried it on before because sizing in the 70s and sizing now is very different. So make sure it fits. Just saying. I put my mom's wedding dress on when I was like 14 and I was like, holy moly, this is tight.
Was it your dream to get married in your mom's wedding dress, Maria?
No. Also, I wouldn't have fit because she's like this big. She still is that big.
How about you, Addie? Did you want to get married in your mom's wedding dress like I kind of did to Rishi, but I can't because I can't, and that's all?
No, my mother was this big and I was not. I looked like the Michelin man. The Stay Puft Michelin Man.
I'm just going to be Jen for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Keep it going, Maria.
So, Jen's heading to the airport. She's excited because she hasn't seen Rishi in 2 years. And Rishi,
I get to use my freaking flyer miles, y'all. Exciting for me. This trip's almost paid.
Rishi apparently has an apartment set up for her, but he won't live there because they're not married yet.
That's illegal. Can't have that yet.
And her mom is actually pretty supportive. Her mom is one of those people that's like, yeah, go live your dreams. Go give it a try. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. But she's also like, you've always got a home and you don't have to stay in any relationship that isn't a positive one. And, it was nice. And then on the plane to India. And then we meet Rishi and he's at his mom's house.
5-person home.
5-person home, right? Uncle's there. There's a bunch of people there. Everybody lives there together.
Where am I going to put all my suitcases and makeup bags? What is this? Where am I going to live?
In the apartment that Rishi's not in.
And it's what? It's his brother, his aunt, his uncle, and his mom, right?
That sounds right.
And Rishi.
I didn't pay enough attention. I was like a bunch of people. But they were all adults, I think.
Yes, they were all adults.
And I guess Rishi's dad has died, so now he's kind of taken on that role where, trying to support the family a little bit. And mom is trying to find him a bride because she has no idea that Jen exists.
Meanwhile, come to find out this Rishi guy has got his mom trying to give him a signed marriages while I'm en route to there. And Rishi's like, I can't tell her. And the mom has got
brides
Jenny
lined up.
Coming
She's
over.
got an appointment book. I think what annoyed me right there though was when he said he couldn't tell Jen because she's gonna get upset and cry and maybe a little bit crazy. It's like, well, yeah. If you're gonna, we saw Kimberly and how she behaved when Usman had other women potentially to marry. Of course, she's going to be like, what is going on here? If he starts going out and meeting other potential brides that his mom sets up with him, of course she's going to get mad.
Don't forget that Sumit was actually married to somebody while Jenny was on the show with them the first time around at it. So, wow, what a great show we watch, guys. This is the third time that we're talking about weirdness.
It is. Yeah, it's India as well. And you definitely can see how involved the parents are in the choosing of the bride.
I'm not going to be no bridesmaid to your bride, Rishi. I'm not that kind of girl. Okay. So yeah, so what do we think?
That's it. That's all that happened.
It was very, very limited on what there was to take note of.
Should we do what do we do next?
Do you want to do Danielle's another small one? Danielle and Johan. I didn't touch on them either, but I like them.
I like them. I like them both.
I like both of them. Yes, I just know she's got with her money issues. It's driving me crazy that she's getting on him about his.
Well, that's why probably she's like, I can't support you. I can't do it, bro.
We had the gross butcher shop where like not only like do you not want to get like a pound of like sirloin or chuck there, you just that you would just there's no money to be made there either. Like, geez, like the books aren't adding up. And
that's a concern. The book's not adding up is a concern.
Was it $4,000 like that she's in the deficit like column each month?
That's what she says, yeah. But he says your numbers aren't right. And she's like, well, give me the right numbers. But he doesn't have any numbers because he's just flying by the seat of his pants, which isn't going to work for her, right? She needs to be able to count on him.
Yeah, and like I could see her like, being worried about that, but like you also just got there and she's kind of like, you gotta close. And like I guess like that's his like dream, right? Like he wants to work for himself, he wants to be his own boss, he doesn't want to work for other people, and it's a new business, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I could see his argument that you got a little time to let the business grow.
Yeah, it's not making money now doesn't mean it won't make money in the future. We're just getting it going.
And just because we're used to like going to like ShopRite and getting meat that's refrigerated, like is it normal to have like? Is that the norm? Like his shop with the flies on top of it? Like, I don't know if there's like a shop right there. Like,
Yeah, it seemed like the table was refrigerated or something. Like maybe it refrigerates from underneath, but it's still weird. I don't know.
Well, if the table's refrigerated, like, wouldn't you like want to just go like the extra mile?
I just think
it's in the refrigerator.
I just think
it's right.
A slab of marble. That's what I think it is. I think
it's just marble. It's a good question. I'd like to know the answer to that question. Perhaps I shall ask Danielle. Can you tell me about the book? She might answer that. We'll see. Yeah. So she starts off by apologizing, though, about the way she approached it, right? Saying, I'm kind of nervous about your business that it has no money. But then she kind of throws the, what would it take for you to close the business? What do we have a deadline or a boundary of when we say, okay, this isn't working, let's just cut our losses? How do you feel about 6 months?
Did she say 6 or did he had negotiated to 9? Or
he negotiated to 9. She said, she said 6.
Okay.
But like, if it hits 9 months, he's like, I'm not going to sell anyways. So like, whatever. That's like how he laid it out.
Yeah. It's more like we can have this conversation again in 9 months, but I might still keep going because he wants to be his own boss. He doesn't want to be working in that, what do you call it? The hospitality industry. He wants something that's his own, which listen, I'm not mad about that, but you do have to make money.
Them already. Like, he thought, he was moving there. So now he's like, that's his business. And like, that's what he's going to do. If he's going to be stuck there. Right.
Well, he was always going to be stuck there for a while, right? But yeah, now it seems like longer because it was always going to be like a year.
It can be a year.
Yeah.
That's like not that long in like the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Look at Jen Shaw, 6 years now. Ooh, 6.5. Ooh, Lordy. All right, so
Thank you.
so the next scene we have with them, they're going apartment shopping, and Danielle's writer for like her apartment was like needs a doorman, indoor outdoor pool. 24-hour concierge, 14 bedrooms, marble floors, Picasso ceilings, and a partridge in a pear tree, and a pool, and a view, and a tiara. So, and then they find this place, a dishwasher, don't forget, and a washer dryer.
this place looked like it had all of that, right? Because it's in a different part of
I didn't see the
country.
dishwasher because I was looking.
Maybe it was inside of the island. I don't know.
But it was like a almost like a time, like a place, like in a resort almost, or like a gated community, And
yeah, she said for expats, yeah.
And it had all the amenities, and maybe more or less the dishwasher, and he looked like he was gonna like living there, but the rent was what, $2,000 a month,
Yes.
American, right? And but Danielle needed all that room because she wants to do the yoga studio. What else? She needed an office, gift wrapping room, double spa. No.
Yes, all of that
gift
stuff.
wrapping room, grand ballroom, all for her.
Right. Well, she's going to be working from home, right? So
Yes.
she needed the extra space.
She did, and she was going to ask him how much how much he can contribute to like the rent and the bills if they're going to live there together, and he says $90.
When he was like 5,000 pesos, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I think is like $90.
Yeah, it is. It sounds, to me, it's always, oh wow, oh, never mind.
Like you can even make it like 100, like really, like at least 100 would be like 90.
Terrible.
But like he's losing all that money, right? But if he says he's making money, so like how can he only give her
It's a great question. Yeah. And I mean, doesn't he live in a family home with like a cajillion people living in it? And I don't think he pays rent at all there. So he just probably helps the family. And I think like one of his nephews or something works at the butcher shop. So that's where all of his money's going. It's just keeping it in the family one way or another.
Right. And Elizabeth did remind me, she also needed a room for her skincare routine.
And a refrigerator.
Oh my God, that's right. If I were Jen, I'd be like, I never leave home without my Clinique counter fully intact.
No.
But yeah, at the $90 thing, she's kind of incredulous, and she's like, "Listen, I need some balance in this relationship. So, do you cook? Do you clean? You gotta do something to if I'm going to be footing the whole bill, there has to be some sort of equity here." And he's like, "But I work outside of the home. Why wouldn't you clean the house? You're here all day."
Because she does work from the home. So in his thinking, like, hello.
You're here. You might as well clean while you're yogaing.
Yeah. Your work's not real, even though it's clearly the bulk of our money.
That's what I got out of it. Yes. He didn't see her work as up to par where his is, because he leaves.
Exactly.
But I told my son was like, what does she do? What does she do for? I go, she's an online yoga instructor. He went.
Yeah. She has a whole wellness, retreat thing going on right now. And actually, Johan's there too, and he was doing the dance classes. But
hey, whatever works.
So I guess that's why, so she has that money to live there then, right? So it's like a big thing for her. And I can't see her like being okay with like anything less than like that, right? Do you see her like living in like an unair conditioned place, like with like, a sink and like.
Well, I do follow her on, and that does not look like where she lives. I think she definitely doesn't live as nice as that. She always looks like she just has windows open. So I'm guessing that she didn't get air conditioning either.
She could only handle one day. I don't.
For meat. Okay, so would you buy like some prime rib from there?
No.
People always wonder, well, why do people there not get sick when we go, as Americans go over, we get sick? It's because the way in those parts of the country where they have their meats and stuff, it's out there with all that stuff, and they are used to eating it. They get a bit of it all the time, so it builds up their immunity to it. We go there as Americans and we're dead for a week in recovery. So, yeah, scary. That's why they tell you don't drink the water.
I'd say amen. I can see her in the upstairs apartment from Johan's family house. Yeah, maybe.
If it's a full apartment, sure, and not just a bedroom.
And
it's just a bedroom. Yeah.
And also grape feeders and rose bearers. Also,
hey man, if maybe Johan does the dishes, maybe that's the trade-off for the dishwasher.
I doubt it. Let's go to Gabe and Isabel.
Gabe and Israel, or Gabriel. No, Isabel.
Oh,
there we go.
There you go. Third time's a charm.
Man, wasn't working at all.
All right, so Isabel meets with her friends, and we find out that those are the friends that introduced Gabe to Isabel, and they all seem super cool. And she, Isabel thinks very highly of them, and she has a lot of gay friends, which is evidence. She's like, the Cher over there in Bogota. So I like her, and they're asking her like some questions
that you don't expect to hear on TV. Yeah, they're talking about her first sexual encounter with him.
And then she answered, which I was like, oh, wow. I was like, all right, the Learning Channel. Okay.
Yeah. I liked this scene a lot because I think a lot of people have these questions, but you can't ask these questions.
Correct.
You're not allowed. So the fact that, these two are in this relationship and are on TV and they're sharing it with us, I think it was nice. It actually is one of those rare learning moments to get the answers we've all always wanted.
Yes, and I did mark down the name. His name, the friend is Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel
and Mateo.
And what we also find out was that, I guess on Gabe and Isabel's first date, Isabel didn't know until I guess the date was over, and then she checked his Facebook and she found out, and then she called. Was it Mateo? And they were both in shock together about it.
Yeah,
but she loved
But
him.
I think that was his way of telling her. I think he said, "Look at my social media."
I think so. I do think so. I think so. Which actually worked out really well. It did. The way that she was able to kind of go take a look at it, and then it opened it up so that I think was testing to see how she would respond. So
yes, exactly, because he wasn't about to put a bunch of effort in and then have it blow up in his face. Let's just see if she ghosts me after she sees this, or if she's open to this. And yeah, I think it's awesome. We definitely learned that everything seems to work great. All of his equipment gets the job done.
Yep. Everything checks out.
Well, I put some stuff down I didn't even realize I put down. I just was reading and going, I did put that down. But I did think the part where they were giggling about the first time that they saw them kiss, that the friends had seen Gabe and Isabel kiss, that they were giggling about it. I just thought I think the whole situation is absolutely adorable. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, the talk about the working plumbing.
I mean, a lot of people do, wonder, and she let us know.
I wonder.
She said it looked perfect, which is that's impressive.
And you saw in one of the scenes, he pulls up his pants leg, and there's a huge patch, a scar on his leg. It's a patch on his leg. It's big. If you go back and look at the first episode, I think it was when he first showed him, he shows the scar. So yes, they took that. That's what they made him. That's what they rebuilt him from.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we know that he does value, size based on what his company is. So
right. And it's thinking outside the box, right? So and his company is underwear with a little bit of bulge in it.
The little package.
A little built-in package. Like the water bra, kind of.
Yeah.
It's the same, I guess, thought there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's great. It works great. It looks perfect. she's quite pleased. She's quite happy. But how will her family feel when they find out?
Yeah, and that's like, because if she has to choose between Gabe and like, her family, it's gonna be like bad and very messy, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do, and which I believed.
Yeah. It's going to be hard. She said that her mom's a little bit more open-minded, but her dad is
not having it.
Yeah, he had a religious background, and he's very stern and what'd she say? She said reserved. So she just doesn't know. She doesn't know how he's going to react. I don't either. I don't even know why we have to tell him. But
because one day they're going to go, we want children, and they're going to say, well, we're going to have to do this differently, and then
she's already got 2 kids.
That's oh well then, yeah, that is true.
We have a poll request, Addie. I don't know, MC, a poll for what?
Oh, here. Let me go. I think I know what they want.
Okay, then we'll see what if you guess correctly.
All right, is that good? Like everything with that?
I think the only other thing that happened was Gabe was going to the airport with his sister Monica.
And they had that nice moment in the car. She didn't want like him to forget about her, and he said that would never happen. That was really cute.
Yeah,
and she
I like her.
Like I like her too. She was also like trying to kind of like talk him out of it. At the airport, she was like, "You sure you want to do this?" Like I felt bad. I know she's gonna miss him. I like their relationship a lot.
I do too. Yeah, and she's kind of like you can tell she picks on him a little bit, and she's a little snarky with him. And
I like that.
Cute. Yeah.
I like it. I like their little dynamic.
Okay, so that's the end of them. Let's see. You said.
I think we're down to 2, right?
I think you're correct. Let's see. Oh, because we still have to do Jamie and Chris.
Yes. Okay.
I'm very nervous about these 2.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Why don't you start off, Maria?
All right. So, she's arriving in Bogota from the plane. And as is the way after being on such a long flight, one needs to freshen up. So let us first start by deodorizing our pits in the airport. And then she goes to meet Jamie. They have
Darcy style. Like she had to like Darcy. She had to get like all up in there Darcy style, like real quick.
Yeah.
But like she was quicker than Darcy. Like Darcy took like a half hour or 45 minutes in that bathroom. Like Darcy,
still looked a hot mess. To me, Chris looked good afterwards. She put on an appropriate shirt.
She looked good though. Like it's the first time. I don't know if she like Cody.
It was a cute blouse
on this one. No,
it was a cute blouse.
I had Darcy thoughts in my head, so I was.
She didn't like have any makeup, but in her confessional, she's always like done up and has makeup on, and her hair is done, and like it looked like she just got out of the shower.
She does tend to travel like she doesn't want anyone to even confront her.
You're meeting like the love of your life. You're in love. You're moving to this country, and it's 1 year, and this is it.
She's been on an airplane. I mean, I think her hair was just in a ponytail, wasn't it?
You wouldn't run into the bathroom and like put a little lipstick on real quick to meet like your soulmate that you've been waiting your whole life for.
I'm not the right person to ask. I don't get kisses if I've got lipstick on. So.
I would have been Darcy. I would have been Darcying it. Yes.
Even I would run into the bathroom and like throw some soap in some places.
I'm sure she did. I just think she threw some deodorant on. She clearly changed her clothes because she wasn't wearing her little rainbow skirt anymore. So she had on, I think, some jeans and a little cute black flouncy top. It was. I wasn't mad at what she was wearing.
I think that
I'm
her
not
outfit.
complaining about her outfit at all. It's like
I think-
everything else.
I think her outfit when she got there was her stay away from me. I'm weird. Ignore me. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Outfit. That's why I think she wore that because then she takes it off when she gets there, right? Like you said, she was completely different. So she changed out of her ignore me clothes into something that was.
Yeah, would be more appropriate for your lesbian fiance.
I need to go look at this again and see what I think about her outfit. But she kind of stopped it at the deodorant thing. I think that's all you need. It's just a little bit of
especially. Okay, wait. I'm gonna ask you the same question again, knowing that what we're gonna talk about in about 5 minutes. Wouldn't you just want to lay it on thick a little bit and be like, I would like, listen, you know what? We'll get there in a second. And I'm going to re-ask you the same question then. Okay. So
I don't know, man. Jamie seemed happy to see her. They had a big old hug and a big old kiss. So
long, nice kiss.
That was really sweet.
I love the kiss. Yes.
And then they said honestly, this was actual romantic moment that they had because she's like, I'm never gonna let you go. And then Jamie says,
I'm gonna hold
you promise?
In my arms forever. No.
She said, do you promise? So you could tell for both of them, this was a real moment. They were both excited to see each other as they were.
Yeah, I felt like no one was there but those two in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, we see a lot of these.
We
see a lot of these when they first meet, and some of them I'm just like, yeah, that was just he just ran across the room and smacked into each other. This one I just felt like they were the only two in the room. So
yeah. It was cute. I liked it.
Can we get to my favorite part?
Well, sure. Should we get them to the apartment?
Well, she also had very specific requests in her apartment, and she was worried of what Jamie was going to pick out.
Yeah, and because it was outside of the price range that they agreed on, it was a little bit more expensive, but it looks like it did meet the needs, right? And there's balloons everywhere,
nipple pillows.
Yep, nipple pillows, boob pillows.
That was bold.
I loved that. I'm gonna have to Google those on Amazon. Let's see if we can find.
Like that'd be like
boob pillows.
Okay, like that's cute. Like, okay, I don't know if I would have had the nipple pillows out. Like, I don't know if it was like My Love My Life. It was Cody, and like I had like 2 ball pillows on my bed. Like, I don't.
No, I would have had a baby.
Listen. If you met me for 1 year and like obviously we're soulmates, and like I brought you into my bedroom and like there was like just two big giant pillows of balls like with hair, like coming out of them, would that have lit your boards up?
No, not at all.
Well, I don't know. So there you go.
But would you have liked boob pillows? No.
I want to know if that came from them or that was that production. I want to know whose idea that was.
And like maybe for like the first night, but like okay, like the second night, are you gonna have to sleep on those like little nipple pillows like forever? Like it's always you go to bed like just like 2 big giant knockers like looking at you like always.
No, those pillows always go on the floor.
On the floor.
I don't know.
Set the mood.
I feel like their main pillow. Like I didn't see any of their side pillows. I don't know.
Hi, J Freak.
Hey, J Freak.
And then we get
Don't send me those pillows ever. or the ball ones. Maybe the nipple ones. Definitely not the ball ones. Go ahead. Sorry, Maria.
Oh, then we get to kind of where your title comes from, where she real quick wants to talk about the narcolepsy.
Yes. So they're there in the bedroom with said nipple pillows, and what's her name? Chris is like, okay, so now that I'm here, and by the way, a couple things you should know. I have narcolepsy, and sometimes maybe I have night terrors. And once in a while, probably tonight, I'll have a couple hallucinations, and I've been known to like karate kick people off the bed, Johnny Lawrence style, Cobra Kai, and throw people into walls when I'm uncomfortable, which is right now because I'm freaking out. And hi.
And Jamie was just like, okay. What do you want me to do with that information? I'm prepared, I guess. I'll make a boot pillow wall or something, or put them on the floor in case I fall off. I don't know.
And like night terrors is like not even just like a nightmare. Like you're seeing shit, and like that's like full on. You're like, ah! you
I
are
have
like,
them. I have
losing it,
them.
man. Like it is
I have
not
them.
pleasant to be around. Like
I have hit my husband.
I had them as like not anymore, thank God. But like you were just like there is some stuff going on, and like you're losing your mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've stood up. Yeah, it's been a whole thing. But yeah, you see things. You will think people are in the room with you sometimes, and
you see
trying to save your husband from spiders, and you end up smacking him and trying to kill the spiders.
They are not fun, and like then like on top of that, hallucinating, and then we'll mix in with some some light karate, where I will probably beat, punch, kick.
And she is correct. They are stress induced. As soon as I got out of the stressful situation that I was living in my entire life, they went away when I ditched the stress. So. Just keep my room pitch black and I'm good.
Like I'll be like, okay, I'll sleep on the couch for like the next few days. Like, who wants to like lay in bed with this? She goes, listen, this is definitely gonna happen tonight. I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm warning you right now. Poor Isabel.
Poor Jamie, yes.
Jamie
and then
too. That works fine.
Then let's get ready for bed. Let's put on sexy lingerie.
The outfits are cute. I love them.
Jamie looked like a witch, like a sexy witch, like a goddess, like a fertility sexy. I don't know. Put some words together. And then Chris kind of looked like, what do you want to call it? Yeah, like
airport Chris, when she's just like there.
She had a whole outfit on. She looked like a da 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 da. I can't think of what they're called.
Can dancer.
Oh, she looked like a can dancer. Oh, it was cute. I don't know. I thought it was fun. And then big smooch, and then bye-bye to the cameraman. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.
Yeah, thank God, because I didn't know how much more my eyes could take. That was a lot on the screen to look at. Leave it there.
Yeah,
and then go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that. So when they're their first night together, they look. This is what my thoughts were. They look so adorable, and then Chris says, "Now I'm nervous." Before she kicked out the crew out of the room. Now I'm nervous.
Like, I hope they have like footage of like that we see like the first night, like when the shit went down in Chris's room that night. Like,
you want to see sleeping footage?
Oh yeah. Like, that's gonna be lit. Like all of a sudden, like you'll see like the night vision. It'll be like 2:38 a.m. and like they'll have like the creepy music backdrop, and you'll just see like Chris sleeping, and then like waking up and like just jumping up and down and screaming on the bed, and like jumping up and down. Like throwing her off the bed and like just wild stuff and pointing, and maybe a couple of ghosts, because that I totally expect that to be there.
I mean, it's gonna be rough. I don't know. But I hope they had at least one fun night together, if nothing else. Let the drama happen later.
And but she said it's definitely not going to happen anytime soon. So I just hope she slept. You know, if I wouldn't even trust myself on the couch, actually, the first night, I would have to sleep in the bathroom or like a room with a locked door. Definitely. Like, I don't know what she's capable of in the middle of the
Well,
night.
they don't even have a
She
couch.
hallucinates. Like, she don't know where she's at. She could just be walking around the house thinking she's seeing shit. Like,
sure.
you know,
Be in the closet by accident.
I'm not, you know. I'd be like, you know, listen, there's a Motel 6 like right down the road. Well, I'm gonna keep you there for a few nights and you get to transition a little bit before like you come into the house and like, you know, think I'm like, you know, a gremlin and try to kill me.
I mean, I feel like Jamie's just gonna have to sleep in the corner with the boob pillows because they don't even have furniture yet. They were gonna go shopping for that together. So it's the boob pillows or the bed. That's all she's got.
Hey, Teddy Mellencamp, tomorrow night, Jersey, and don't say anything because I haven't watched it yet. So where are we? Okay, the nightmares. Yes.
I think that's it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So, oh Lord.
She freaked out and then they shut the bedroom door and that's it.
I want to know how many nights it took. Would you say in that? Okay, so would you say in that? Addie, we need a poll. Here's the poll. Would you sleep with Chris in the same room that night?
Keeping in mind, this is your fiance. This isn't
Keeping
just
in mind it's the last night you'll ever be alive, possibly, because she might think you're a gremlin and and she might get like weird. She hallucinates night terrors and she'll karate slam you.
but also you love her. So, you know, this
and
is
she's
your
also a
person.
stranger that like you've never met before. And
But you seem to be into her. I'm just saying, it's not like you are throwing your husband out of the bed and now randomly putting Chris in it. This is your person. Are you going to sleep next to them after they've had a nice stressful journey and they have night terrors?
please let me know the results of the poll because I can't see it, but I'm hoping that it's an overstounding no, get me the fuck out of that house. No way I'm doing it. Okay, so
I'm sorry, I got distracted by Wicked Wisdom's comment, the idea that she watched it tonight and then tomorrow she takes notes and then she types the notes later at work. Well, that's a lot of work.
we have the most dedicated panelists. See that? We all have pages of notes.
We do. Pages and pages.
Hey, Wicked. All right. Oh, everyone from Jersey is here. Okay, so are we going into Debbie?
Yes, Debbie and Osama.
Wow. Okay, so Debbie, you know who she like reminds me of? Like Sookie Stackhouse's grandma from True Blood.
I don't know who that is.
No, like Adele Stackhouse. Cody, doesn't the Debbie, the 67-year-old, look like Sookie's grandma in True Blood?
Oh my god, she does look like the grandma.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. You
Here,
are
let me get like an IMDb. All right, so go ahead, Maria. While I get a picture.
That's
all right. So we are introduced to Debbie, who is 67. She's from Sugar Hill, Georgia.
She's from Shreveport. No, I'm just lying. Go ahead.
She is moving to Morocco to be with her I don't know, I guess he's her fiance, Osama, who is 24. When we meet her, she's wandering through the flea market, trying on hats and tiaras. She's having a good time. She makes jewelry out of precious stones. She loves painting. Painting is her friend.
Avid painter.
She starts, honestly, I enjoyed her painting. Once she started talking about it, she's got a red-winged blackbird on there. I'm a big red-winged blackbird person. I have one on my shoulder. That's my tattoo. So I'm already like, oh, me and her friends. So she's my person right now, even though she's bonkers.
Yes, she considers herself eccentric.
It sounds like she does come off as eccentric. She grew up with a mother who had mental health issues, and so she has never had kind of a normal life growing up, and she didn't have good relationships modeled for her. Her first husband was a womanizer and a drinker. But oh yeah, I can see that.
That's Sookie's grandma from True Blood.
Cute.
Come
on. She's got a son named Julian from that first marriage, and then she got married a second time. She got married pretty quickly after divorcing that first husband, and she was married to him for 23 years. She has a daughter with that husband, but he also kind of was not a great husband because he had a lady in another country, and she hired a PI to find out all about it. So that's what messed that relationship up, was her husband was a cad. Okay, let's see. But anyway, that was very upsetting for her. She lost herself for a while. She lost Debbie for a while. And for 12 years, she swore off men until Osama, who she met on social media, which I'd really like to know what her social media is. I can't find her, and I want to find her because they met on social media. He complimented her artwork.
And she didn't leave the house for what, 12 years?
She didn't date men for 12 years, yeah.
I had the feeling she didn't even leave the house, and she met Osama, and and he's like a poet, guys.
Mm-hmm. A poet and an artist.
An artist.
And they would like each other's paintings.
Yeah.
And but Osama has no job other than being a poet and an artist.
That I know of. It wasn't mentioned if he did.
He's a bard, is what you know.
Oh yeah. There you go. So 6 months after they started talking, they met. She visited in person, and she didn't realize how young he was until she got there. And then she was like, "Whoa, bro, we can't do this. We can't do this. You are just too young." But they had such a deep connection, and he said age doesn't matter. It's about our level of connectivity and being part of a team. And then he proposed to her at some point.
She could be my wife, like in that same sentence. I think he's.
Oh, it was all part of the same thought.
I think so. That's the way I got that from her. It was all from that one conversation when she first got there. It was quick.
He's playing hard and fast.
Yeah.
So she has now known him for 3 years, which is concerning because he's 24. So that means she met him when he was 21. So.
No wonder.
24 and 67 is what's 24 times 3? Is she over 3 times his age? 24, 4 times 12. 72.
Yes. No. Yes. No.
Almost.
Close.
Okay. Let's see.
And the disapproving son, Julian. She has the 2 kids. Julian is not happy.
No. I like him though.
I do like him too.
He definitely gives off cop vibes for sure. The way he's talking about this whole thing. Yeah. He's like, he did say no job. So that's where we get no job from. Julian said he had no job. He's young. He's from a third world country. He's clearly catfishing you. And she's like,
He says the first time he found out she was dating this or engaged to this guy, it made him sick to his stomach.
Do we think that this woman's actually thinking this is going to work out? Is she or is it a joke? What do we think of Debbie? Did she just off her rocker?
I don't think she's off her rocker. I don't. I think she's just willing to take a certain amount of risk because she had been miserable for so long.
And her second marriage ended very bad. So bad that she swore off men and everything. So you would think that, I don't know. And she said, that when they first met, she's like, I can't do this. I'm too old.
Yeah. But he turned it around, right? I think they actually do have a deep, emotional connection. Does that mean they should marry each other and live? No, probably not. You guys should just be eternal pen pals, probably. But,
I'm on the son's side.
You think he's, we haven't met him yet. So I
know. I
will change my mind. But I just don't think that she's crazy, which is the question at hand. She seemed
being raised in mental illness is going to make her a tad different. It's going to make her see the world differently. It's going to make her seem young. I felt when I was listening to her talk that she was she's older, but her mind is younger. You know what I mean? She's not mentally her age. And I think that comes from maybe stifling as being with a mom who probably kept her. Because what I got out of it was that she was kept away like the mom kept her away from the world type of thing. I kind of got that feeling out of it. So yeah, with the mental illness stuff, you never know what her home life was. But yes, but I think I kind of want to, I'm hoping that it's not, but I was like on the Sun going, oh, good Lord, I think I'm on the Sun side on this one so far. We'll see.
I'm not on his side, right? Because he's like, Osama has nothing to lose. You have everything to lose at your age, and I don't disagree with him. Right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that it's a calculated risk on her part and not a, just throw everything at it. Because apparently she says Osama hasn't asked her for any money. She hasn't given him any money. That's what she said so far.
So what he said, not yet.
True. But it's been 3 years. And I mean, if they get married, one would assume their money would be.
So how does he make his money then? Like, you can't, is his art, his poems and artistry that much money that he could live? Because, I've seen the artwork. It's not like.
Guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
And if he marries her, I just think it's, he wants to wait it out because I think she's got some money. I feel like this woman's got like a couple of bucks in the bank.
Maybe
she might. She likes to surround herself with beauty. So who knows?
Yeah, and like even like the Sun said, he's worried about the money, and she goes, I'm not, what was it, turnip truck? What is it? I didn't fall off the turnip truck, or what do you country people say? I don't know that those words.
Yeah, she hasn't just fallen off the turnip truck. Yeah,
there it is.
I don't know. I like her. To me, this is one of those relationships where she's not really moving there. Like, does that house look packed up to you? No, she's not moving there. Yeah. This is one of those. Yeah. She's going there for a couple weeks. Let's see what happens. Kind of a deal. She has not thrown all of her eggs into this basket. She's just having some fun.
Listen, she's eccentric and quirky, and yeah, it's a good time.
I kind of want to see I do kind of want to see. I don't want it to be, but I'm trying not to be like the Sun. But I think I'm worried about it. I was actually watching it going, I'm kind of concerned for this little lady.
Oh. Yeah, I'm concerned about Nicole. That's who I'm concerned about. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so
yeah,
bad.
I see like bad things happening to Nicole. Like I worry about her. Like I don't even know why they must really want to be on the show because she doesn't want to go at all. It's like you could see it written across her face. They really have nothing in common. He's again animated. She's like, I don't want to go back to that animated motherfucker.
I think she's about him just because you don't. No, I think he can't move, right? He is running that business. He's been running that business for 12 years. He's not about to give that up. Where she's delivering food and reselling used clothes. So she's the one that, has the lifestyle where she can do that. So that's why they're there. But I think if they came to the United States, I don't know if it would work then either, but it would have a better chance.
Right, because the rules and restrictions wouldn't be, it's bad. Cairo is very religious. And Idaho, where's she from again? Is it Idaho?
She lives in California, yeah.
Would you like me to open the chat?
Sure.
Oh, it's already open for some reason.
No.
Shoot. I think because we're about done, aren't we?
Whoops. We should have stopped it before that last one.
There's just so much talk about this was a lot. This episode wasn't so bad.
No, it's starting to get some momentum, but I feel like we could have left a couple of these couples out that they gave me nothing. Did I need to see Rishi and Jen this week?
Of course, you get to see me every week. I'm very important to this class. Did you see the post? It was about I guess she's getting a lot of hate. I haven't been on that much, honestly. I've been really super busy and chaotic. Good chaotic, but chaotic nonetheless. And now I'm trying, I have more time. And I saw that post. I guess she's getting a lot of hate.
I haven't seen a lot of hate, but yeah, she's not.
Then she's to all cast members. Did you see it? It was dear.
Well, she's not that. I feel like I don't think she was the one that made that post. She just reposted it. I think
whoever made it was
yeah.
like, okay, you have to know that what you're walking into, like at this game with this show, like there's no way you walked on this earth and you, at least from here in the States, and like I've never heard of this 90 Day. There's a TV show about this? No. And like none of their friends, except maybe you don't know, like none of your friends know. Or
She
you know,
does seem
there's
like she
always
lives in
someone
her
that
own
knows.
world.
And
but I would think if you were going to sign up for a show that you should know about the show before you sign up for it. At this point, it's been on for a while.
It's like, you know, you can don't let the hate get to you. And like, you know, it is hard. I can imagine and being on the show and whatever, but like, come on.
It's true though. Like not everybody is ready for this show. You feel like this many seasons in that they should all be ready. They're not all ready. You can tell when they are and when they aren't. Like, what was it? Not last season, the last season of the regular 90 Day Fiancé. We found it very annoying because they were all ready, right? We had Miona and Jibri, who clearly, you know, understand social media. They understand the game. They understand all of it. And it was annoying to watch.
They like dress up like in the same outfits to like go to Target and like make shopping videos. So yeah, they like know how to work social media.
Yeah. Yeah. They understood like nothing that happened on the show is going to upset them. They understood the entertainment game all the way around. So they're not getting as emotionally upset about it. And let's be real, on social media, you want to see people say something stupid, you know, something that exposes their real life, something. And they're not. They're like a carefully cultivated couple. I still like her a little bit more than him, but you know, they're hustlers. They know what they're doing.
Facts. Like I'm like, oh, and I see like, you know, like there's I'm like they're still dressing alike and like at like then they're at Petco, you know.
With their little puppy dog.
It's like
they're convertible.
Like imagine like I would never even want to like dress the same. Like, if you saw me and Cody like walking down the street like with identical outfits, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with these two? Like you know, like could you imagine like me and Cody just la la la, you know, same thing.
But I'm putting you in now. Let me put you in outfits that Miona and Jibri are wearing, right?
Oh,
so you're
like
wearing
one piece, like Sergio Tacchini 80s jumpsuits, like you know,
yes.
in like pink and turquoise, like stuff that like you can see from like a mile ahead. Like
yeah, and then some really chunky, you know, old school high top Reeboks. Absolutely.
I feel like Paula Abdul should be like singing like straight up music video with them, like in like the backdrop.
I would watch that.
When my husband and I want to go out, we will a lot of times go in, get dressed separately, and come out in matching clothes, and not even mean to do it. We walk out, and we're like, okay, crap, are we going like this, or are we gonna go change? And I go, we got the same color clothes. We go, if we go shopping separately or whatever, we get the same color stuff, and then we come. So we do. Oftentimes, we'll turn around and right at the door. We'll be standing there looking at each other, going, "Ah, crap! Do we stay?"
We did it again.
I think it's adorable. I think it's cute. So we usually stay with it. But yeah, it happens. 33 years, you end up with the same brain. At least it's not. At least he's not wearing a blouse, I guess.
There you
go.
Fun.
So this wasn't as bad as I thought. I don't know what it's better talking about it and go. I guess I kept more notes than I thought I did.
It sounds like you get thorough notes.
I only stopped at like the show like maybe 3 times this week to like, you know, see how much time was left, which is like usually like way better like than like the 18 I usually do. Like I'll pause it like 2 minutes later, I'll pause it again, and Cody looks at me and goes, you know, you just paused that 2 fucking minutes ago, right? And I go, I know, but like I just need another break. So, but it wasn't that bad at all tonight. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So I'll do an after show because I haven't done one in a bit. So like 11. So yeah, like 20 minutes from now. And again, thanks for being here. And if we have Jersey tomorrow night with Teddy Mellencamp and Brooklyn and Wicked. And then Thursday we have our high our haiku contest for Sister Wives, and then it's gonna be fun. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
And I will see you in a half hour for the after show. So bye everybody.